Hello, guys. Happy witching hour. So I am still wide awoke, but kind of half sleep. And so I have a question. I have a serious question. Is it fair? Is it fair to attack a woman for actions that she takes after your relationship with her is over? If a woman is single and unattached to a man and the relationship is over, does he have the right to attack her or judge her for, maybe flirting with another man or sending nudes to another man? I think this question needs to be asked because it's unfair. It's unfair for, okay, so I'll answer the question. The answer is no. Men should not be allowed to attack a woman for nude photographs or even for talking to another man. It doesn't matter who the man is. If you're broke up and the relationship is over, it's over. Men should not be allowed to or supported. In fact, people should confront that man and say, who do you think you are? You don't own this woman. This is a serious question because I have been under attack for over a year and essentially judged for over a year for doing something while I was single and not in a relationship with this person. And it's total bull crap. If you're not with that woman and you're not doing nothing for that woman and you're not paying that woman's bills, you have nothing to say about that woman. Okay? You shouldn't even care. This is very triggering for me because I don't agree with men thinking that they own the woman for the rest of her life, especially being that you don't do anything for this woman. This woman takes care of herself. You don't have the right to give the woman the blues. You don't have the right to stalk a woman. V Dub Boogie said, "What is this?" I'm talking about it because I've been going through it for over a year, and I have yet to answer this question. I'm sorry, to ask this question. Okay, hold on, V Dub Boogie. Hold on, and I'll drop the link in a minute. To top it all off, not only that, the relationship is over, and you decide to go out in social media and front on the woman and degrade her for months and months. Surely a man would expect for a woman to do something to get back at him. I mean, I don't understand it. Would you rather me slash your tires? Or would you rather a woman set your car on fire? Would you rather a woman try to attempt murder on you? Almost 3 years or more, even if it wasn't a serious relationship and the man constantly flirted with other women? It's not what? How are you knowing all of this, Vita Boogie? It is over. It's been over since 2019. Let's not kid around. It was over before it started. Especially when a man didn't appreciate the woman and was very rude and cold and unforgiving. And I don't think that a woman's ex should be able to do that. Now, what does it mean? What does it really mean when a man is doing that? I think that that means that he still has feelings, but your feelings don't have anything to do with somebody's life. People have the right to do whatever they want if you're not with that person. I mean, it makes sense to me. You don't have the right to attack the woman or to try to cause harm to the woman and to try to embarrass her or even give her any kind of grief over it. In fact, if it's over, you're not doing anything for this woman. In fact, you're literally making her everyday life a living hell. I feel like a woman should be allowed to do whatever she wants. No, I don't feel that it makes a woman a hoe to show nude pics of herself. No, I don't. I think that it's definitely not a conservative woman, but I don't think that that would mean that she's a hoe. Maybe she wants to feel good about herself. Maybe she wants to feel pretty. You don't have the right to hurt a woman and then come back and try to make her feel like crap about her body. That's evil. That's very evil, and y'all know it. Women are already very sensitive about their breasts. Women are already very sensitive about their body, and women can do some crazy things when they're hurt. When a man has hurt you like that and abandoned you, that's usually the first thing that a lot of women will feel inclined to do, especially if for 30, 40 something years, the woman has been a good person that would never do that. You know what I'm saying? That would never do something like that. And then when you push a woman and when you test a woman like that, that's horrible. That's a very, very mean thing to do if you are a man. Let the woman have her dignity. Let the woman have her self-esteem. It's really, um, it's very isolating, and it's very scary to have a woman out here in this world feeling alone and vulnerable. Okay. And I think that instead of the woman sending nude photos, I think that probably what she should have done was out the gates had a backup plan. I feel women should always keep a backup plan for when these men decide they're going to fucking walk out on you and leave you in the dust, leave you for dead. And to be cold towards that woman. And she's telling you that the way that you're treating me, you have no idea what you are putting me through right now. How scary it is as a woman to have a man not only desert you, but then to bully you and to make you feel less than what you feel that you're worth or less than your worth. It's horrible. As a man, what would make you even think to do something like that to a woman? And this is what I'm saying. This is the reason why I don't like to get codependent on men. Um, this is one of the things that is so wrong on so many levels for men to do that. And I think that women should fight for their right to be treated better than that. And honestly, I'm gonna tell you that I feel that men, when you let them take the lead, stuff like that happens. Because if you're being led by a man and he deserts you, a woman is subject to do just about anything, especially if she's hurt by you walking away from her. No woman deserves that. Now I'm going to drop my link. Okay, I'm dropping my link. You don't have the right to call a woman a hoe. You don't have the right to try to make a woman feel bad. You don't have the right to do that. And no man should be doing that. Women are already very sensitive about their bodies. And for you to just trash somebody like that and to think that it's okay and to not have any remorse and to not recognize or to be accountable. Tell me which one is worse. Both are pretty bad, but let's face it, you can't shame a grown woman. Okay, if you didn't want to be with that woman and you left her, she could have done anything in your absence. You can't expect for somebody to be this good person to you if you're not giving that to them. And it's unfair. It's that unfair double standard.
Hey, what's up, Jamila?
Yes.
I gotta
Hey,
ask you a fair question. What does it take for you to get over this situation so you can move forward mentally for yourself?
well, that's kind of not what we're talking about, Jimmy. That's kind of an inappropriate question.
Well, I was just asking. I wasn't trying to come up here and stir nothing up
Mm-mm.
because this, you've been dealing with what you've been dealing with for a long time. And all jokes aside, I'd just like to see you be content and happy. I mean, I know I be bullshitting with you a lot and saying a lot of crazy shit, but that's just being
Well,
real.
I am content and happy until I hear my name being called in social media and disparaging things being said about me. You're echoing.
Okay, hold on. Now am I echoing?
Uh, yeah,
Okay, hold on. I know what to do. I gotta go out and come back.
yeah. That has nothing to do with the subject that we're talking about. What he's talking about. What I'm talking about is the fact of being attacked for over a year for doing something that with my body that is within my right is what I'm talking about. It's my body, it's my choice, and men don't have the right to take that choice away from women. No matter what you say, a man is wrong for doing that. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Now you know on the topic you're talking about, it's understandable if you have a man and that comes out and it's like, hey, I did it, we're together. But the negative energy that y'all have in the back and forth is what makes it look bad.
I'm not even really getting into that, but all I know is that I am being attacked by an angry man that's angry at me for what I did, and I wasn't with him. I was single. So he had nothing to say about it. And I think it's unfair judgment for that person to constantly berate you over it when you claim you don't want to be with the person anyway. And I think it's in poor taste to use people on your platform to go against them and to try to harm them and to try to spread rumors about them. There was nothing immature about what I did. I'm a grown woman, and I think that people need to grow up and be more mature.
Yeah, but it's a difference. I'm not, listen, the difference is that this came out on things. It's different when something is done and it just happens in real life, and but when it comes out on social media, it's a different playing field. It's a different thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, that still doesn't give a person a right to do that to do that to another human being. That's kind of wrong on so many levels.
But yeah, I know what you're saying. But I'm saying, like, I know that if something like that gets put out, you come under attack. That's the difference between social media and real life.
Yeah, but nude photos is not a reason to attack someone. Everybody has a nude body.
In a perfect world, that makes sense. But social media, where we're in this roast arena, it's different. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying it happens. You know what I mean? That's just it. I mean, if like what's happening to you would happen to any woman. It ain't biased. We remember now. We got another female. Her naked photos have been dropped multiple times. You ain't the only one that's coming
No,
under
that's
attack.
irresponsible. I'm not going to go around attacking anybody. Men don't have the right to make that judgment. You don't. You don't have the right to make that judgment on a woman and to consistently bring her negative energy every day.
I mean, I
That's
just be like
that's
I told you, me and you, which you should have known from today's show. I was just fucking with you. You know me, I do this shit for shits and giggles. I don't personally give a fuck what you did or how you did it personally. It's not important enough for me to give a fuck to roast you over. You know what I mean?
yeah, but and try not to cuss too much because we're on my main channel.
All right, but yeah, I don't care enough to. But I know
But
in
but
social media
that's
that's
not
how it
right
works.
though. And then also to continue to carry on a relationship with a person and berate them for it constantly. That's another step. It you know it just it doesn't make any sense to make things worse because I don't deserve that. I didn't deserve any of it.
So
I
what do
think
you?
that
What is your
I
part?
think
What do
that
you plan on doing to handle your situation? Do you know what you plan to do moving forward from today?
I mean moving forward, I'm gonna clear away all of that energy of judgment because it's not right. You can't go and abandon somebody and then expect them to be to I guess I don't exactly know. It's very confusing. The man claims that he doesn't want to be with the woman, but yet he's berating her, calling her disgusting in social media, harassing and attacking her. And for what? It makes no sense.
Yeah, well, hey, like I said, this this situation y'all got going on, it's too complicated for me, man. I don't do complicated, so I don't know what to tell you. I mean,
It shouldn't even
you
be a situation.
you should be able to walk away. I mean, to me personally, I was in
Yeah,
your
and I
situation.
haven't been allowed to walk away because I've been attacked every single day on this platform because of it. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna try to ruin my life?
What do you mean ruin your life? Nobody can ruin your life that you don't know.
I'm saying no, it's been an effort to ruin my life because of that.
Ruin your life or fuck with your mind.
What's
I
the
think you're getting.
difference?
I mean, well, because messing with your mind means I'm just doing something to get a reaction to laugh about it and mess around. Ruining your life. I don't see the I don't see somebody trying to ruin your life.
That is trying to ruin somebody's life. I've been put under a lot of stress and a lot of pressure, called out of my name, and I think it's a better way of handling that. Because
I
if
really,
you're a man and you act like you don't care about the woman, then she can do whatever she wants.
I really wish that you and this person could talk to each other and come to some kind of agreement. But
We
y'all
can't.
have, but it never stands true. So I don't know what to tell you. Y'all have multiple times agreed to something and it's never. So I don't know what to tell you. Like I said, that's, you know what I'm saying. I wish that, like I said, I wish it could work out for y'all in a peaceful way where y'all could coexist peacefully.
So what do I have to be killed or something?
I'm
Because
not. I don't think you got to be killed. I'm gonna be
I
honest
mean
with you.
it makes no
If I was
sense.
in your
We're all adults.
if I was in your situation, me, I would just have to ignore everything and just tune myself out and not watch.
Yeah, well, and you know what? I agree with that. It's kind of difficult. I agree with that. But I was attacked and had revenge porn dropped on me in social media because of that. And I never contacted anybody's job. Why is it that people don't understand that on YouTube, this is my tarot card channel. This is my business channel. Why would you go and send a person through that? I'm not trying to put nobody else's children in jeopardy because I'm going to make sure that my children are taken care of. I never contacted anybody's job and said anything to anybody. So when you come on here and you're berating me and degrading me and trying to make me look like I'm stalking you, come on now.
Yeah, but like you say that, but when you tell somebody you're gonna put a 5150 on them, you
Because this
know,
person has been acting crazy.
you tell somebody you're gonna put a 5150 on them, that
Well,
will
I
make
don't have
you.
the power of attorney. Listen, I don't have the power of attorney to do that to that person. I wish I could get him some help because this has been stalking since 2015. So, but
Well, it
the way
sounds to me
that
like
things,
honestly, it sounds to me like you need to clear your mind and move on and find you somebody else, or let someone else come into your life. Let the spirits bring you somebody else. That's all
yeah,
you
but
can
if
really
I'm
do.
sitting up here, listen, if I have a group of people, which is the same thing that happened years ago, if there is a group of people constantly stalking me on my channel and in other ways, How can I focus and move on with all that going on?
Well, I'm gonna
And
tell you what. And if you do ever meet somebody else, make sure it ain't got nothing to do with social media. Don't tell this person nothing about none of this shit. Don't put them on camera. Don't mention their name so can't nobody figure out who the fuck they are. And you should be okay. You got to move on to find somebody that ain't on social media. Like, okay, I'm a married man, but guess what? My wife ain't got shit to do with this. I mean, yeah, people have called her, but she knows as soon as you, what she's had happen, as soon as you call her and don't sound right, she hanging up. She ain't fucking with it. But that's what you're gonna have to learn to do is separate social media from your real life. You've been. I will say this: you have been guilty of being too much of an open book, and that's how you've gotten yourself into a lot of messes. You are too much of an open book,
no,
which
I've
is
had
let your,
people.
which is let certain other people that ain't people you ain't even involved with in a relationship fuck with you, and fuck with people in your family that have
No,
nothing
I've
to do
had
with this.
people come on here telling lies on me, and then I've had to tell the truth. It's been nothing but a bunch of lies and smear campaigns. And I think, and I'm gonna tell you something, Jimmy. A man is nothing without his word and his bond. And when you make a promise to somebody, that's it. So if you're a man and you say, okay, I'm not going to do this to you anymore, and then you continue to do it, what kind of man is that?
That's for you
That's
and him
not
to
right.
decide. Like I said, to me, it's just it's been overdue. It's time for you to move on and get you somebody else and make sure that they don't have no parts of this shit on social media. I think
Yeah,
you could
well, a
be. I think you
mature,
could be perfectly happy
wait,
if
wait,
you do
wait,
that.
wait. Hold on. A mature man wouldn't care about that. He wouldn't. He wouldn't care. Somebody mature would not care about a nude photo.
But what I'm saying, no. Listen, what I'm saying to you is, if you meet somebody and they're interested in you, and y'all getting along good and vibing, they don't need. Don't listen to this. What man wants to see his woman getting roasted? What man would want to see? If I'm in love with you and you my woman and we got us a good future together, and I don't know nothing about what's going on social media, why the fuck would I want to see any of that? That could be
Well,
hurtful. That could
but a
be hurtful.
man, but
You know what I'm
you got
saying?
to
Now,
think. I understand what you're saying, but a normal man would not be that sensitive to me being roasted. That's just that person.
yeah, but you're
He's the
talking.
one that's extra sensitive and
But see,
insecure.
you're still talking about your past. I'm talking about your future,
Right, exactly.
and you should
But
be looking at your future more so.
what I'm saying is that I wouldn't have an issue. It's not something that's a dirty secret for me. It's not anything that's on me.
It's
A
not about
mature
being a dirty
man,
secret, but it could hurt a man. Like, okay, here's a good example. Let's say I'm in love with you. Hey,
not a
baby.
real man, Jimmy.
No, wait a minute.
Not a real man. A real man
Let's say
wouldn't
I'm
care.
feeling you. Let's say I'm feeling you. We getting along. Now, don't get it twisted. You ain't no virgin. I ain't no virgin. Of course, every woman I'm gonna beat has sucked a dick or fucked before. Okay. Wait. No, wait a
Jimmy.
minute. I'm sorry about the language, but what I'm saying to you is, of course, every woman has done sexual acts. But what I'm saying is, if you get a man, you can't let him see this because it could devastate somebody to see like this toe sucking video that's out there now. That would be devastating to a new man. Even if he loves you and y'all get over it, it's still something that would be hard to deal with. I'm talking
Yeah,
about you.
and that's why that person is doing that because they're hating.
You're no.
Yes,
What I'm saying to you
yes.
is you keep bringing up the
What
past,
kind of a grown man? Hold on, Jimmy. What kind of a grown man does that?
but you're trying to figure out something that you have to let go of and move on to the
No,
future.
no, 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 no. A real man is not going to be sensitive to Lamar roasting me. A real man is going to be able to tell the difference
Whoa,
between
whoa, whoa,
fiction
whoa,
and
whoa, whoa,
reality.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Now, you done brought up a whole nother situation. First of all, sensitive or not, They got real beef. You going over there, that would set me off. If you and me was fucking messing around and you did that, I would have a problem. It would be a
There's no
problem.
real beef between the two of them. They've
Oh
never
yeah, it
even
is.
met
Oh
each
yeah, it
other.
is. Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah, that's real. When you do that, you oh my god, that's like the worst thing you could do. Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah, well, what about him being friends with somebody? What about him being a friend? What about him being friends with somebody that tried to have me killed by the police?
Huh?
Yeah, he's been over there cool with somebody that tried to have me killed by the police.
I don't know what the hell you talking about. Somebody tried to
Yeah,
have you killed by the police.
yeah, years ago. So I don't care about that anymore.
Okay.
Let me just tell you this. Let me just tell you this, Jimmy. He has been so awful to me. Okay, because of people in the black sector. A real man is not going to care about what people in the black sector think.
But see, I was
I'm
talking.
just telling you.
I was talking to you. Listen, I already told you my view on this. Move on. Think about your future. You can't
Mhm.
you can't this here. It's messy. There's no happy ending in this situation in this area. That's why you gotta look to the future.
They want to free, but not
Even if
everyone
you
knows
even if you two
free.
even if you two let's say right
Uh,
now
Now,
you
you know what? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Lotus 777. You men cannot do that. You're not going to be allowed to do that. Any man can sit up here and go around, and this is the same thing. This is the reason why I'm going to tell you something. Black women have actually thought about filing class action lawsuits against black men because y'all go around and y'all do this stuff, and a mature man is not going to care. Everybody does freaky stuff in the bedroom. Who cares?
Jamila, I'm about to get up off here, but I just want you to move on and look forward because I think you can have a happy, great life in your love life. But as long as you hanging on to this social media situation, you're never gonna be happy. It doesn't have a happy ending to it because
I think that you should
even if
tell
y'all
that person that too.
because even if y'all forgive each other, y'all gonna always look at each other. And like you said, even if y'all forgive each other and just be friends, it's gonna be hard to it's gonna take so much healing and stuff, and you're gonna neither one of you are gonna shake the memories of what's been done on both sides.
I don't know about that.
How do you? How do you? I
I
mean,
don't know about that. I
you so
think I think here's what I think. I think that any man that seriously wants to be in a relationship with me would not be messing around in that sector.
but what I'm saying to you is that's possible if you meet someone else that's not involved. We all
I
addicted
don't
to
have
this
to meet
shit.
somebody else that's
It's you.
not involved.
So you.
In fact, let me tell you something. No. Let me tell you something. In fact, I'm not going to hide my man from social media. I can keep a man. I just can't keep a crazy man. And he's being reminded all the time of what happened, but he hurts himself because he continuously comes out in social media and listens to this. You got to understand that I've been dating this person, still dealing with them, and one day he would be okay, but then the next day he would look at a show. You cannot let another man control your relationship like that because in reality, I didn't sleep with that other man. It's a
So
picture.
so you believe you two are fixable and able to work this out? Is what you're saying?
I don't think that I'll ever forgive that person enough to be with them ever again. Not after last night.
Well, hell, then there ain't nothing else for y'all to talk about then.
I guess it ain't.
I'm going by your words now. I'm not putting no
I
words
guess
in
it
your
ain't.
mouth. You just said you ain't gonna forgive him and you don't see it happening. So shit, what else? What the hell are you
I
talking
can
about?
forgive. I can forgive, but to move forward in a relationship, because let me tell you something. Sex is very sacred. And when you just put your stuff all out there the way that he's been doing for 2 years and doing it purposely to try to embarrass me, that's a turn off.
Okay, let me ask you this then.
I am very, very, listen, I'm very, very adventurous in the bedroom.
I understand.
And he should have appreciated that. And I think that sex is being thrown at some of you men so much that you don't even appreciate something that is precious.
Well, our culture, sex
It's
ain't sacred.
precious.
In today's culture, it's not sacred. That used to be.
Well, and see that chivalry is not dead for me.
But here's the thing, and it doesn't have to be. That's what I'm saying. Here's a good example. You and this person, he likes bananas, you like apples. It's two different things. You're thinking one way, they're thinking. We're gonna keep it simple. If you think one way and I think another, we playing two different games. I gotta find somebody to play the same game. I'm saying. Oh, I said it's time for you to move on to find somebody that thinks more like you.
Yeah, well, you know what? And you're right, because when I find the right person, I won't give nobody my news. If I were with the right person and not a man that kept pissing me off, then there would have never been any news.
Cause
Ever.
listening to you tonight is, and I've been listening to you for a long time with this, and I've said it more than one time. Y'all are two. That's something I had to learn. If two people are playing two different games, it doesn't mean that anybody has to be bad. One person think one way and another think the other. It's two different games, and if we're playing
Yeah,
two
well,
different
he's
games,
not letting that happen.
in any relationship, even unless it's just a acquaintance friendship, you know what I'm saying? You're playing one game, he's playing one game, you playing another. It's two different things.
Well,
He
actually,
playing baseball, he's playing football.
actually, it was the same game. Actually, we were playing the same game because he was trying to make me jealous and upset, and then I did the same thing to him.
Well, y'all were playing. No, y'all were playing two different
But then
games in the same stadium.
as the woman, I got judged because I'm a woman. And that's not fair. So as
Well,
a man, he can go and talk to several women at once, flirt with them, throw it up in my face. And literally it was a build up after 2 years of dealing with that. I got tired of it.
yeah, well, we'll see what happens. I knew you was
No, it's
going.
over. It's over.
So if it's over, hell, there ain't nothing else to talk about.
It's not, but I still want to talk about this because I have been shamed and attacked consistently for a year now over the same thing. And it's not fair. He's a grown man. He should be more responsible than that. He knows that I have children to feed, and I'm not trying to mess with his income. That's what I'm talking about. I don't care what delusional stuff he told you. I pay my bills with my company. And for me to get judged in such a horrible double standard, it just reminds me of high school. It's childish. Nobody would have ever known about what we were doing in the bedroom until he told them. And that's something that he should have never told anybody. It should have never been discussed. So that's all I'm saying.
Well,
Why would a grown man do that to somebody?
I'm just hoping
Because
that you
he was
can.
purposely,
Am I echoing? I'm not echoing no more, am I?
I am.
Okay. I'm just hoping that for your future, I'm talking to you more about your future than your past, and I really do hope you see light at the end of the tunnel. Cause
Oh, trust me, I
I
will.
would really like to see you be with somebody and be happy and compatible and see videos of you, hey, going out and enjoying yourself with someone you love.
I agree.
Not, but that's up to you and you have the control. It's a matter of you gotta go for what you want with more tenacity than you have been. You're dealing with this situation. Take that same energy and tenacity you're using to deal with this situation and use it for your future. I'm out
Yeah.
though, but I just
Well,
hope that you. I would love
I
to come
mean,
and see
I
you
already
happy on
know all of
video.
that, but right now, what I'm trying to deal with is the whole judgment.
Fuck the judgment of the situation. Move on and find you somebody that you can be happy and compatible with. That says, hey, baby, I just want to spend my moments with you, and I want to have as much fun with us and enjoy whatever. If it's 10 years we got left on this earth, let's have some fun. But you ain't gonna have that trying to figure out all this shit in this sector and all this shit we doing up in here. This is not a win over here.
I want him to stop trying to degrade me publicly as if I'm some bad person.
But
Because if anybody remembers 2019, he was doing the most and he knows he was wrong.
But yeah, what do you but here's the thing, what do you expect when you go to LA's panel? That bum's panel.
This was before I ever went to his panel. He was doing this before I ever went to his panel. He was doing this from the gates, from the time that I met him, maybe about a month or two in. He kept having different women on his platform, roasting me, and literally I had not done anything at that point. I hadn't done anything at that point. I hadn't done no roast videos or nothing. I responded. So this wasn't a normal situation with a normal person. And for you to go and try to ruin, like, first of all, I'm a grown woman. I'm a grown ass woman. Okay, I'm very mature. He's childish, period.
Alrighty, well, I wish you the best, man. I just really hope to look up and see you doing videos where you're in love and happy, man. Not all this fighting, man. You know, but
Yeah, and pregnant.
and you can control this, and you're not choosing to control and use the power you
No, this
have.
person continues to talk about me.
You're trying to make
Even
somebody,
last year,
but that you're trying to make somebody be something they don't want to be for you.
he needs to show some respect for me. Period. For once in his life, he needs to show some respect for me.
All right, well, I'm about to go. I'm serious. And you know, I just be messing with you on them shows. You know that. Come on, man. You always take that stuff serious, man. You
I'm
know I
not
be messing
taking
with you.
anything serious. I'm not taking anything
When
serious.
I was over there telling you what you was gonna do with your pussy, you know I be on some dumb. Come on, man.
Jimmy, quit cussing so much.
That's not cussing. Pussy is not a cuss word. Remember.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Remember, pussy and bitch ain't cuss words.
Okay.
You gotta remember now. Cuss words have definitions. They don't have definitions like those two words are not bastard or whatever. But I'm just saying, when I be saying that to you, know I be acting a fool. It just be me being
Yeah,
silly,
I
man. You
understand
know,
that, but I
you
think
might.
it was inappropriate, and I think it speaks to how much of a low-life individual that he was to allow that to happen. Because at the end of the day, it was still a sexual relationship, and he should have shown more respect for himself and more respect for me, period.
Man, I can see you. You ain't gonna let this. I don't know. You ain't gonna let this go.
No,
So you can't.
I am letting it go, but I wanted to speak to my audience
Okay,
about how disgusting he's acted towards me.
I understand.
You realize that
You
I've
felt the need to.
never ever. First of all, when I was in high school, well, I dropped out of high school when I was 16. Okay, to work to get a job. So I didn't ever date nobody in high school. I always dated men that were a little bit older than me and more mature. I have never in my life had a man do the things that this man has done. And I've dealt with narcissistic men before. So it's abnormal. It's not right. It's childish. It is. And I think people need to be reminded of that. You don't have the right to diss and degrade me for a year for doing something that I did when we were not together. Period.
No,
That's
I
just like
understand
when
it.
I got cussed out last year. We were broke up.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I was being cussed out for having a delusional. He was in a delusion, accusing me of sleeping with a friend of mine that I had never slept with. Just all of a sudden came out in social media, cussed me out, acted a fool, and I was not even with him then. We were not together. So what was the problem? Is it that he still had feelings for me? What was it? Or is he just using it just to stalk me?
I don't know, but because I can't, I'm not in his head. I can't explain his thinking, and I don't talk to him behind the scenes to ask him anything, as you put on me, and I don't talk to him behind the scenes. Okay, so I don't know. That's his thinking, and that's something that you have to. He would have to explain.
Yeah,
But
well,
I
he
understand
won't
you're expressing
explain it.
yourself to
He
your,
won't
and I
explain it
understand what you're
because,
doing right now. You're expressing yourself to your audience
yeah,
so that they have an understanding of what you're thinking, and I can respect
yeah.
that. So
And,
you
and,
have,
and,
you
and,
have,
and you know what? Try a little tenderness,
yeah. Well, you
is
have
what
a
I'll
good.
say before you go.
Okay,
Because
you
I'm
have.
a very, very sweet and loving and kind person. And that's all this person has done is brought out the devil in me.
You have a good morning.
You too. Thank you, Jimmy. Yeah. That's literally pushing me and pushing me and pushing me and doing things until I did something crazy. And then when I did something crazy for over a year, you're going to disparage me in social media. That's not right. It's abuse. I have no idea exactly, Lotus 777. It was definitely abusive. And then not only that, will not show any kind of, what's the word that I'm looking for? Conscious. Like it's almost like he has no conscience behind it. He just doesn't care. And he should. Because look at what you put me through for over a year. And I think it was just I think back to my discussion, he never had any right to even get upset. First of all, he had been flirting with all of my enemies. He literally, y'all don't know how ridiculous the situation is. He literally has a hate club for me. And I think it's because he's afraid to deal with relationship. I think he was afraid and there was nothing for him to be afraid of. So you're scared, brother. You're scared. Literally, it's almost like attacking somebody before they can attack you when I never had any intent on attacking him. And then also the paranoia and the delusion. And then the disrespect of me as a woman. That's not right for any man to do that. I don't care what the situation is. Okay. Your personal business is your personal business. But here's another thing. Why was I judged so harshly? Am I not a woman? I have the right to be seen as a woman. This person tries to make me look like I'm some kind of an animal. Totally, totally dehumanizing me in every way that he can. Now we all know that ain't right, you know? And then at the same time, not letting go of the situation, actually, not letting go of it, consistently playing with me, giving me mixed signals all the time, purposely. So, as far as I'm concerned, my heart is shut down. I don't even care anymore about this person. I don't. I can't care about this person anymore because this person doesn't care about me. But the point that I'm making is that why do you think that even though you wasn't even good in the when we were, I guess, together, you were still doing the same thing, literally making plans to meet up with one of my enemies, making hotel plans live publicly. Why would a man feel the need to do that? You're having a sexual relationship with a woman. Why would you do that to her? And for what? For whose benefit? and then literally try to ostracize me, isolate me, try to screw up my reputation. I mean, really, because I'm going to tell you something. I am going to make sure that I pull through all of this, and I'm not going to let this person do that to me. First of all, we are all grown people. I don't act like a child when it comes to that. I usually don't. This person brought out the worst in me and then says, see, look, this is something that narcissistic people do. He is a narcissist. He really is. And then not only that, I was judged for loving him anyway, even though he was a narcissist. How many people do you know that love narcissistic people? It just happens. It just is what it is. People love narcissistic people sometimes. People love a person that they're not supposed to love. And that was me in that situation. So why am I being ostracized and being treated like I am less than valued? Because this man made a decision to not be a man. And going back up to what somebody said, real men do not follow other men. That's exactly what this man is doing. And why would you at the age of 40 need to even take advice from other men? And then literally, normally I wasn't even, when I initially came on YouTube, I was not trying to meet up with nobody on YouTube. Literally, I wasn't. And so, but it's just the point. It's not necessarily about like, why does it seem like he's trying to make it difficult for me to meet somebody in social media, but at the same time, who is he trying to impress? What type of woman would be impressed with this behavior? Why would another woman trust you seeing what you're doing to another woman? You see what I'm saying? And it just makes no sense. And I feel that he owes me a public apology and he owes me money. The things that he's done since 2015, I could literally sue the pants off of him, literally, for what he has done. Because I can prove it with my taxes that I run a business. And that was also the goal, was to try to deter business away from me, which is wrong as hell. Because you know what? I'm going to tell you something. If my children have to struggle, yours are going to struggle. I mean that. I believe in taking an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. This man took my kindness for weakness. And I am not weak at all. So that's exactly what he was doing, Intense Passion. Following behind other men. That's what he did. And you know what? A man that does that, the man should be questioned, not the woman. He would have shown respect if he could. He is not capable. Yeah, you're right. You're right. He's not capable of showing any respect for somebody that he's actually involved with, unless he's codependent on that person to pay his car payment or something. Otherwise, if you're not doing anything for him, which I don't live with him, we're not married, but you still didn't have the right to come to social media and disrespect me and try to embarrass me and then threatening me over a sexual act, showing video and tapes and pictures to a bunch of men who are subject to be jealous of the situation and then get mad at me. They should be angry at him. In fact, I told this person to not tell people about our relationship. I didn't want what we were doing to be put out there. But I think it was just kind of going with the flow. And I think that, first of all, I did nothing to make him dislike me. He allowed everybody else to turn him against me. And that is real sad. That is something that he will regret the rest of his life. On the emotional tip, Trust me, he'll regret doing that. When he knows that I am gone forever, he's going to regret that, because I think that he's going to be able to sit back and take a look and say, my goodness, I screwed up, because he's going to have a tower moment. All of these fake people that are fronting and playing like they his friends and like they like him, they're going to walk away from him. I know this for a fact. When they know that I'm long gone, they're going to stick it to him. This is what always happens. I'm telling you. So he messed up. He made a grave mistake doing what he did to me, and I didn't deserve it. I never deserved anything that he did to me. But a lot of people say, well, you deserved it because you got involved with him. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all the truth about the situation. This man started out stalking me hard, body, daily, hours per day, stalking me. Okay. I filed over 50 police reports with his name on it before I even knew his real name. I was filing police reports. I thought his name was Michael Miller. I was filing police reports on him. I didn't even know his name at first. Okay. So this was years and years and years of stalking that it started out this way. Okay. So obviously all of the mental capacity was not there to begin with. Maybe he liked me. Typically men that like you don't show it that way. So again, it's some high school stuff. But when it turned into a physical situation, that is when I should have became priority. That is when his self-respect as a man should have became priority, instead of trying to impress these people online that he doesn't know. And those are just facts. Okay. Years and years of stalking. I hook up with him, and he allows people to get in his head, so much so to the point where he begins to flirt with other women. These are all women that he doesn't get along with either. So you know that he self-sabotages. He sabotaged our friendship or our relationship. I didn't do it. And this has been going on for years. Okay. So when we first hook up, what should have happened is that it should have just went to nothing. But see, he began to try to be a player. I'm not interested in a player. I'm not interested in a polyamorous relationship, and I'm definitely not interested in a polygamous relationship. I'm not. Okay. So me and him are going in two different directions, and that's fine. But for you to still be out in social media disparaging me, not showing me any respect when I deserve respect. I don't care about a nude photo. Okay. You show respect to a woman that you're sleeping with. I'm not a prostitute. I'm not a whore. I'm not a hoe. I'm not a tramp. I was celibate for several years before I met him. So I'm not a tramp. I don't deserve that treatment. I don't deserve to be called a bitch. I don't deserve to be called a hoe. I don't deserve to be humiliated publicly. But see, he felt like he's being humiliated by his enemies. Why would you let your enemies have that kind of effect on you like that? He should be more understanding to me. And the person that was just on my show, he's the one basically that started it, because he did some stuff last year, and I decided to prove people wrong. Nobody should have their body talked about like that. Nobody should have to deal with body shaming like that. It's horrible. It's disgusting. It's abusive. So he needs to be questioned and called out for his behavior. I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you hate me. A woman should not be treated that way. And that's it for me. Oh, he's definitely not my man. He's not a man at all. He's not a man at all. This whole time he hasn't ever been a man. First of all, I've never had a man stalk me to try to get with me. So that right there was absolutely ridiculous to begin with. Am I afraid that it's over? I'm not afraid of anything. I just want him to quit coming to YouTube talking about me. I want him to stop talking about me to people. I want him to stop thinking about me. I want him to forget I ever existed, is what I want him to do. Because every single day I wake up and I can feel that connection. I can listen, I'm very psychic. I can feel when he's talking about me to somebody. I can feel when he's doing stuff. And it's not right. He needs to leave me alone and let me raise my children because I refuse to let him try to ruin my children's income. I refuse to do that. I will sue him and take him to court. He's not doing anything on here but roasting. He's not doing anything. He doesn't have a business that helps the community. He doesn't. He's not the pillar of the community. But instead, he's being propped up, and it's not right because I do good for people. I go through hell for my clients. I go through hell for my family. I go through hell for my children. I shouldn't have to deal with that. So none of this should have ever been a judgment on me to begin with. This is his judgment. You are a grown man out in social media dropping revenge porn. You look ridiculous. That's the reality of it. And there's no other reality. Let's drop the delusions and the illusions. Let's drop that. This isn't a video chat. I didn't video chat with him. I didn't have phone sex with him. I actually shared bodily fluids with this person. If you don't respect yourself enough to show respect for yourself when it comes to your sexual relationship with somebody, at least show some respect for me. Because I never agreed to any of that. I didn't consent to any of it. In fact, the way that he finally weared me down to even get me in this position could possibly be seen as rape. Because at the time that me and him slept together initially, I was actually under duress. I was actually being stalked at the time. Why are we allowing any man to do that to any woman? It's not right. It's not right. You know what I'm saying? It's not. And I feel that he should let it go. If somebody asks you about me, just say I'm not going to comment on her. All of the things and the lies that he has told on me, he never said allegedly. I could literally sue him for lying on me, for slander. And what was it all for? It was for nothing. He's going to find out that he did it for nothing. He should have been more responsible as a man. When you are a man, when you are a man with a phallus, this is a woman. She is like a freaking Fabergé egg. She is so vulnerable. How can you live with yourself as a man behaving that way? I don't have to learn anything. I don't have to learn anything. I'm sorry. No, when a woman puts her trust in a man's hands, he should not take advantage of it. I don't have to learn anything. Okay. Well, I did learn to not date a stalker, but most men are stalkers. If I were to meet a man right now, he'd probably be somebody that was stalking me unless I would randomly meet him in another state or something. Any way you spin it, he was the man. He was taking the lead. and he was wrong. He should have been more man about it. I don't care what anybody says. It was extremely effeminate for him to do that. And whoever advised him to do that was ill advising him. I believe that I'm gonna tell you exactly where I believe that he belongs, and I'm just gonna be as honest as possible. I believe that he needs to do a short stint in the asylum. I believe that he needs to go and get mental help. I do. That's where I think that he needs to be. Because I don't like the crazy talk and I don't like how crazy he talks. He talks way too crazy. It's almost like I'm just gonna be honest. I felt like he had either been cloned, like because it was so disgusting the way that he changed. And that's traumatizing for a woman. He just like throughout the months, he's just gotten worse and worse. And I'm like, to the point where literally nobody else goes through the abuse except for me. He's a narcissist. He's narcissistic. Okay. He's narcissistic and I am his target because narcs, they always pick one. If he didn't have me to pick on, he would probably take out all that anger on his family or the people he claims is his family. I got an eyelash in my eye. Okay, then it's also the hypocrisy. You claim that you love your family so much, but you're hanging around people that are threatening your family. And then saying that I'm doing something to his family, his children. I ain't never did nothing to that man's children. Not ever. So none of it even makes any sense. To any stretch of the imagination, it makes no sense. You're right. It means he cannot be trusted. You're right. I am not arguing with that. I'm not arguing with the fact that no, he cannot be trusted. I agree. I agree. But I don't think it has anything to do with him being some player. I think it's called being weak minded and trying to prove himself and prove himself to who? Prove to people that you're a monster? Because that's the way I see him. I see him as a monster. Okay. And I also see him as being desperate. You know why? Because who who exactly are you impressing? He's desperate to impress somebody when he's the one that has been in the wrong and nobody will check him for his behavior. And you know why? I have no idea. I have no idea why people would sit and watch a grown man do that without saying anything to him. Like, hey, brother, show some more respect for yourself. Well, I mean, what do you men think when y'all disrespecting women? You think that you making yourself look good? You're not. You're not making yourself look good. You're making yourself look bad. So, but anyway, back to the topic. All of this started, all of the hatred, all of the negativity started because of some pictures of me. That's where it started. I was not with you. I was not married to you. I don't have any children with you. So I have the right to do whatever I want. It's my body, it's my choice. Now, I'm not going to go crazy and become a feminist and a lesbian. No, I'm not going to do that. But it's just the point that I'm making. My point is that you have no reason to even be angry at me at all. You have no reason to have no grudge against me. Oh, because I guess I made you look bad in front of somebody. Get over it. Get over it. That Jimmy was on here telling me I needed to get over it. He needs to get over it because I'm not going back to him. I'm not. And we all know that that's what he wants. And I'm not going back to him ever. Okay. I'm done with the situation. Okay. And I don't know how that's going to pan out because he has stalked me before in person. Because, and I think that no man should have a group of enablers enabling them to do stupid stuff like that. Because if he would have never done any of the things that he did, if he would have never done those things, I would have never had anything to say to him. I wouldn't have been roasting him on my channel. I wouldn't be up at 5:30 in the morning. I'd be over here asleep. I'd be over here asleep. He didn't start off like that though. Intense passion. I think that may be Tina. He didn't start out like that, huh? That's one of those women. I think that's one of those women. He didn't start out being disrespectful to me in private until after those pictures were put out. That was when he started to be disrespectful to me in private. And then you know what he's been doing to prove that he's not a simp? He's been screenshotting him sending me disparaging messages so that he can prove to everybody something. What do you have to prove to any of these people? No, he doesn't. He doesn't deserve respect. But you know what? In order for us to move on, because that's what I would like to do, I would like for him to stop bringing up my name. If somebody asks you about me, don't make any comment on me. And I'll do the same for him. I will not ever speak about him. So, oh, here's another thing. Don't talk about me on YouTube, but then he can do it. So he's telling me not to talk about him on YouTube, but it's okay for him to talk about me. So this is an extreme narcissist. Like, I don't even know how he got this narcissistic. Like, it's gotten worse, so much worse than what it used to be. I used to actually be able to connect with this person. This person used to apologize at least when we first connected with each other, he would at least apologize for his behavior. Now he makes no apologies. And it's like, what are you talking about? You are sorry. You're a sorry sack of shit. And still to this day, let me say this before I get out of here. All of these people created all of this controversy around me. Everybody else did. Everybody else had something to say. But yet, for some reason, he's not human enough anymore to not blame me. So my existence. So I guess I can't even exist anymore, right? I'm not supposed to exist. I'm just supposed to die and not exist anymore. Right? Wrong. So, it's been a complete nightmare the past several months. And yes, I am ready to meet somebody and have a baby. And that's exactly what's getting ready to happen. And he does not want that to happen. I'm going to say this before I go. I truly believe that if he could get away with killing me, because, and nobody believes me, but how he comes across to me and the way his energy comes to me is that he feels like I don't want you, but can't nobody else have you. And you know what? We're beyond hope. Okay, we're beyond hope. I'm sorry. I've seen him flirt with way too many women. He's done too much at this point. He's done way too much at this point. That's unforgivable. So I will not be forgiving him. And you know, even when I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. Okay. I liked the sex. So I kept the relationship with him because of that reason. I knew that I could never, ever, ever be with him because of the way that he is. But he kept coming back and telling my business to social media. So I wouldn't even be able to have just a sexual relationship with him. And why would I do that? Why would I do that to myself? It is time. It's time for me to move on. And I'm definitely ready. But last year, he kept coming out in social media talking about he was married. All of a sudden, he ain't never been married. I was like, what are you talking about? And it was something that was supposed to reflect poorly on me. Keep in mind, we broke up November 1st of 2019. That was when we broke up. Literally, this has been the long kiss goodnight because I would never be with a man that disrespects me like that. Not ever. Not publicly or privately. He never was disrespectful like that privately. And he felt like just because it was some naked photos that he had the right to do that, and he didn't. He had no right. I wasn't with you. I wasn't your woman. I'm not your wife. You had no right to do that. Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell y'all something about me. Okay. Let me just tell y'all something about me. I am possessive. I don't like for my men to be flirting with other women. So there is no way that I could be with him. And he does it in my face. He's done it in my face. And I just in 50 years, you know, I'll be probably I'll definitely be married, but it won't be to him. I'm sorry. I cannot deal with that. The display that he put on last night, the night before that, calling me a bitch, you know, calling me fat and ugly, you know, it's okay. Let's draw a line in the sand. How can I actually have romantic feelings towards you when you're doing things like that? So we're not gonna be together. We're not. And you know what? I already know. I don't believe that he wants to let me go, but he's gonna have to let me go. He's gonna have to because he can't give me the love that I deserve. I have been traumatized. And you know what? You know how many times I have apologized for sending those pictures? I've apologized probably over 200 times to him. I have apologized to him probably over 300 times. If you're not willing to forgive me for it, I can't deal with you. That's something that should be easy to forgive me for, especially being that he's doing some pretty disgusting things with these women, and I'm absolutely disgusted. I don't want to hear about him with other women. I don't want to ever hear about him with other women. I think it's been totally disgusting. That I'm way too possessive for that. And you got to look at my zodiac. See, he's an air sign. He's a Gemini. I'm a Cancer with a Leo rising, and my moon sign is a Virgo. So that means that I don't open my legs for nobody. That's basically what that means. Then I have a Venus, I have a Taurus Venus. So this is totally the type of relationship that I would not ever want to be in. The way that he was, like maybe in the beginning, in the very beginning, it was amazing. But as the years have went on, it just, my heart has grown colder and colder to him. And you know what? I'm gonna freaking make sure that I tell my soul in the next lifetime to not touch him with a 10-foot pole, because it's way too much. He's done way too much. Telling me that he's been with another woman. He told me that last night, that he's been with another woman. Like, you've taken that way too far. Okay. And I haven't been with anybody else. I have not been with any other man besides him. I think that's disgusting. I think it's disgusting. And I've never told him that. I wouldn't even lie to him about something like that. I wouldn't even tell him, hey, I slept with another man. I would never do that to any of my lovers. He's a horrible lover. And he has to know the truth about that. Well, he has a lot to learn, because I'm a Cancer. I am loyal like a dog. I don't do stuff like that. I may have shown a picture of my body, but I don't cheat. I've never been a cheater. So I'd rather cut the cord and let it go completely and get somebody else. And we all know he's going to be upset when I get somebody else. He's not going to be happy with that. So everybody in his life needs to be prepared for him making their lives a living hell. I can promise you that that's what's going to happen. And it's not going to be my fault. Because if he can't apologize to me publicly and in private and get some help, some therapy, and I'll get it with him, I'd never touch him again. Never. So that ain't going to happen. So I feel like I'm a Cancer when somebody violates my security. And trust me, I don't feel violated. Like, I still feel very, very much secure right now. I got over that years ago. I got over that when I moved out of my house, and right before I moved into this house. I got completely over all of that. So I'm a Cancer. I'm a crab. I will go into my shell. Okay, a person can only apologize so many times, to the point where they're like, okay, you want the drama. He wants the drama. He wants to make me feel bad for something that he, as a man, facilitated. You treat your woman like a hoe, you treat her like she ain't shit, and she ain't gonna be shit. And I always used to tell him that. He would say, can you please not put my business out on YouTube? And I say, of course I'm not gonna do that. Yes, you are. I know that's what you're gonna do. 2 days later, he's out in social media talking crazy about me. And then when I say something back to him, I knew you was gonna do that. Wait a minute. You did it first. So again, if you're the man, you're supposed to take the damn lead. How do you expect somebody to be good to you when you are facilitating the negativity yourself? That's the advice that I would give to him. Otherwise, I'm the perfect lover. I'm going to make some man very, very happy. I already know that. I already know that, especially being that I'm not young anymore. When I was in my 20s, I was not ready to settle down when I was in my 20s. And my baby daddy tried to marry me and I didn't do it. And then he wants to tell me, oh, nobody's going to marry you. You too old. Watch this. Watch what happens. And my biological clock is ticking. So I'm planning on moving out of this house. He will not have my address. He will not know where to find me. Okay, that is when it will truly be over, when I move out of this house. Because I definitely have to move, thanks to him being messy. Again, my address got put out by him because of a picture. Because of a picture. He's got some work to do on himself. I tried to help him. I tried to reason with him. He ain't gonna never find a woman like me. I can guarantee that. My ex that just recently passed away, he would always tell me that. He would say, I can't find another you. And he's not Right now, he takes it for granted because he thinks I'm always going to be there, but I'm not. He did too much. He said too much. So that's the end of it for me. Okay. I'll see y'all later. Men, if a woman ain't your woman, you have nothing to say to her about what she does with her body. Period. And I gotta go, y'all. I'm sleepy as hell. Have a happy Sunday. Bye bye, y'all.